Hey gang, Tom Walters here. I know you see me in a car, you're thinking, whoa, what the heck is he doing? Well, I'm waiting for some friends. I'm actually going to go bowling. And while I'm waiting for them to get here, I thought I would spend some time doing a video. Nothing highbrow, high tech, nothing. But I had a couple thoughts come my way this morning while I was doing some things, so I thought I'd roll them by you. And I was actually just listening to one of my positive energies for the day coming from JB Glausinger, and he talked about value, which was pretty funny because I just heard about his podcast on value just now as I was driving up here, and I had the exact same thought about value as I was doing the dishes. So what's going on with that? So I'm doing the dishes. I grabbed my dishwashing detergent and I squirted it into a pot that I was washing, and it was watery as heck. And I'm like, wow, this does not seem like the same viscosity stuff that I have typically. And I look and I see the label. It says, 15% more. I'm like, oh my God, those crafty little buggers. They just added water to it and then got you all hyped up about value. Because that's what it says. Oh, best value yet. I'm like, wow. And it got me thinking about value just like it does with JB. And it's funny, I belong to a network marketing group called Empower Network. And we talk about, we have some hangouts and get-togethers, and we talk about value all the time because we talk about how to become more abundant. And even we talk about wealth and getting more wealth, and how even just saying that isn't the most popular thing. But you know what? If you're not doing everything you can to live the life that you want to live, there's no spiritual blessing in that. I don't know what belief or denomination or religion you have, but for me, the universe wants me to experience everything. Be the best I can be. Because the best I can be, the more I have, the more I can share with the world. And somebody said this really succinctly, maybe it was my buddy Chuck Morrison, saying that all that money does is make you more of what you already are. So we'll talk about that. But getting back to value, that's what we think about when we think about creating wealth. And it's not about attributing money to a certain thing or a certain skill. I mean, certainly that's how it is right now. That the whole 9 to 5 or job is, you get this much an hour, that much an hour. It's like people that are really wealthy get higher amounts an hour. I'm like, it's not about that. It certainly isn't for me as an entrepreneur. It's talking about value. And when you create value and bring value, you'll never be wanting for anything. Here's a great example. I was listening to Tony Rush. He's a guy from the Empower Network. And we were talking about, or he was talking about how he bought a Parker pen for like $50 at a mall. And a great pen, he likes it. But he went to a seminar and he pulls it out of his pocket, and the guy in front of him was like, whoa, 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 is that a Parker, blah, blah, blah? He's like, yeah. The guy looks at him, he's like, I will give you $500 for that pen. And the guy looks at him, Tony Rush looks at him, and the point he tried to make is that he's like, should I have sold it to him for $500? And the answer is, yeah, because to that man, it had value. And Tony Rush told him straight out. He's like, I paid $50 for this pen. The guy's like, I don't care. I'll give you $500 for it. So the be-all, end-all is, that guy, it had value beyond $50. So he was willing to spend that much for it. Now, it turns out that this guy's a pen aficionado, and then that's what he does. So he knew that the pen might have more value further on, and it was a discontinued pen, and long story short, it had value for him, so he'd pay anything, or he'd pay $500 for that. And that's cool. That's exactly how it is with you. You've got skills, you've got talents, and you've got abilities that are not per hour, meaning, you know how to wait tables, you know how to balance payrolls, what have you. And, in today's world, that's exactly how it is. If you knew that, if you have a skill, then people attribute an hourly rate to it, whether it's a salary or an hourly. But when you think about having abundance, you don't need to get an hourly income to become wealthy, to become rich. It's the value you place on what you do and the skills that you have. And that's definitely what I think about as an entrepreneur. Just getting as much value out to all the people that I come in contact with. I'm not trying to sell them anything. I'm not trying to pull the wool over their eyes. I'm creating value. When I create value to them, I create value for myself. And I never have to worry about security. It'll always be there. And that's the most important thing. And I have a feeling my friends are going to be here any minute. So this is going to be a quasi-quick video talking about how Scarcity thinking will always have you chasing dollars, and chasing is the operative word. The more you think there isn't enough, the more you go chasing after something. And my buddy J.B. Glossinger says it all the time. The more you chase, the more you push stuff away. So understand that there is enough. And the one thing that I want to talk about with this video is that, scarcity thinking, people think, oh, there's not enough money. I'm like, I was just watching a documentary with my mom and dad on 60 Minutes or something, maybe it was the news. And while I would never condone selling drugs, they're talking about these drug lords that literally were smuggling money out of the country into our country or their country. So there were literally crates of money sitting in a warehouse. And I'm thinking about, how can people think that there's not enough money when there are literally crates of money in a warehouse somewhere? And again, I don't condone selling drugs or doing anything illegal by any stretch of imagination. What I'm trying to impress upon people is that there's plenty. And there always will be. So don't think that you have to grab it before the next guy gets it, because there's plenty to go around. You create value. You show people what you can do, what you are capable of. Show them things that they haven't seen before. Teach them a way to live. Teach them a way to be happy, to be successful, to be productive, to do anything. If you can teach somebody something, you have value. How you bring that to people is what makes you a success, makes you an entrepreneur, makes you abundant. So I don't want to be here when they pull in. So I'm going to end it right here. But I just want to get a video out on abundance and about value. I'll probably fill it out a little bit more. But oh yeah, I do see their car. So hey, this is Tom Walters from Etherbound. Just saying, keep up the good work, and I'll be talking to you real soon. Peace.